If you are not crafting your LinkedIn headline in a specific way, you are missing out on a valuable opportunity to connect with leads and convert them into clients. Hey, I'm Megan and welcome back to my channel where I teach emerging coaches, consultants, and service-based entrepreneurs how to land clients online. In a recent video, this one, I talk about how you can use your LinkedIn profile banner to attract people to your page, get them to stay on your page longer, and encourage them to interact with you. If you haven't seen that video yet, I will drop the link below. Today, I want to focus on your headline specifically, which is this bit of text right here. By the end of this video, you are going to know exactly what to say in your headline to very quickly convey your message to people who visit your profile and encourage them to engage with you. We're going to cover best practices and then we will run through a few examples together. If that sounds good to you, give this video a thumbs up and let's do it. Okay, so LinkedIn gives you 220 characters, including spaces, to play around with when you are writing your headline, and I suggest you use every single one of them. There are four or five main things that you want your headline to convey: who you are, who you help, how, your primary keyword, and as a bonus, a CTA, which we're going to get to in a minute, so keep watching. If you need help figuring out what your primary keyword is, I've already got a video on that. This one, I will drop the link below. Let's look at my headline as an example. Bear in mind that I am essentially running two businesses. I've got my content agency and then I have my online programs. So my headline is a little different, but it still covers all of the main factors. First, it says I'm a writer. I get paid to write for people. My content agency is very active and growing quickly, so I made sure to include writer in my headline. Then we've got, and I'm gonna read this from my monitor over here because I will mess it up. I help agencies scale by landing high-paying clients using LinkedIn lead generation and email outreach. This reflects my program, Revenue Spark, where I teach professionals how to land high-paying clients. So I'm calling out who I help and how I help them. Because I also coach writers specifically and I had room left in my word count, I also added that I teach writers how to rank in Google. This reflects one of my other online programs, How to Blog Like a Pro. Once again, I'm calling out who I help and how I help them. This is the headline for one of my students in Revenue Spark. I kept her name private just to be safe, but she did an amazing job here. She says, I help women remove their blockages and unlock their divine self to maximize their potential in all areas of life, coaching and certified energy, emotional consciousness, healings for women. Beautiful. It has everything in there. Now, we haven't touched on the keyword yet, but the thing with that is that if you cover the first three factors, who you are, who you help, and how, then odds are you've already very naturally used your keyword anyway. If you are a maternity freelance writer, then you've already put that in your headline as who you are, and it's your keyword, so you kill two birds with one stone. Nice. Now, everything we've mentioned thus far takes priority, but if you have room left over in your character count, add a CTA, a call to action. You'll see that in my headline, I included free education with the link to the page on my website that has all my freebies. Now, this link isn't active, meaning you can't click on it, but it's easy enough to just copy paste it into your browser. Let's talk about hashtags next. I've got a whole video on how to do hashtag research on LinkedIn, so I will drop that link in the description below. But what about putting hashtags in the headline specifically? As of right now, when you put the pound symbol before a word in your headline, it doesn't turn it into an active hashtag. You can't click on it. So that tells me that LinkedIn is not treating it as a hashtag, it's just treating it as a regular word. I did go looking for more information on putting hashtags in the headline, but all I could find was information and resources about putting hashtags in the post. So for now, my recommendation is to not use the pound symbol in your headline because from what we can tell, it's not doing anything anyway. Finally, it can be really pleasing to the eye to add in a few emojis to your headline. Not a ton, I would say 1 to 3, but it breaks up the text, it adds a little bit of color, and it gives you an opportunity to be creative and add a little bit of your own personality in there. All right, so I've already given you a few examples of what your headline should look like, but I want to give you more specific examples of a weak headline and a strong headline so that you can see all of this in action. Even though I see poorly written headlines all the time. I am just going to make these up because no need to call anyone out. Since I'm a writer and I have a lot of other writers in my network, let's start there. Writing is part art. We like to play with words. It's part of our job. And as a result, I will see headlines that look like this: wordsmith, or lover of the written word, or word engineer. The problem is that although you're conveying that you're a writer, A, you're not optimizing your headline with any keywords because ain't nobody searching for a word engineer. B, you don't call out who you help, and C, you don't explain how you help them. You are wasting precious characters in your headline. Stop. Let's rewrite this one together, starting with who we are, which will also be our keyword. Again, this is just an example. So let's say you are a fashion freelance writer. There is the who you are and your keyword. Next, who do you help? Fashion, apparel, and textile brands. Next, how do you help them? You help them rank higher in Google and increase the organic traffic to their website. Put it all together and we have fashion freelance writer with the bag emoji. I help fashion, apparel, and textile brands rank higher in Google and increase organic traffic to their websites. Boom! 141 characters of pure poetry. This is fun. Let's do another. All right, so I've seen this one in several variations and I literally cringe every single time. And it always says something like this: social media wizard, I'll make you go viral. Oh, first of all, you can't make anyone go viral. You can't promise that, so stop. Second, the word wizard. It's clever, I like the creativity, but you have to keep in mind that when people are searching on LinkedIn for a professional like you, they're not searching social media wizard. More than likely, they're searching for something like social media manager. So let's switch this to social media manager. I help startups ignite their reach, engagement, and exposure on Facebook and Instagram through organic posting. Get my free calendar template. Again, these are examples I am making up. So once again, we've got who you are, a social media manager, who you help, startups, and how, which is the bit about organic posting on Facebook and Instagram. We snuck a CTA in there as well, directing people to download a free calendar template. So do you see why your LinkedIn headline is so important? Not only is this going to help you rank for the keywords that matter to you, but it's also a chance to very quickly tell people how they stand to benefit from communicating with you. You have to remember the first things that people see when they land on your page: your banner image and your headline. This is why they're so important. It's not a ton of space, but it's more than enough to make an impact, so use it wisely. If you've checked out my channel, then you know I talk about LinkedIn all the time, and that's because it's a tool that my students in Revenue Spark and I use on a daily basis to source leads, start conversations with them, and convert them into clients. After joining my program, Bright doubled and then tripled his income. And then we had Devin, who replaced her previous full-time income at her 9-to-5 and will never have to go back to a desk job again. And they were able to do this because they learned the systems and the processes that now help them consistently land high-paying clients. That's all it comes down to, is having the right system. If you're ready to join our community, I am ready to help you. Scroll down below this video and click on the link to learn more about my private program, Revenue Spark. If you made it this far, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Tell YouTube that you like my content. If you have any questions at all, just drop them in a comment. I'm pretty good about responding, and I'll see you in the next video.